Good evening, students, and welcome back to the Guru Upanishad English classes. Today, the topic for discussion is sentence structure. Okay, particularly for class 8 students, but on a whole, students, academic students from any standard from 6 to 12 can see this video and learn a lot about sentences. Okay. We have already discussed about sentences, phrases, clauses, subject and predicate, types of sentence, transformation of sentence and change of sentence, everything. You can check these videos into my grammar playlist. Okay. Today the topic is sentence structure. Okay, means how are the sentence formed. In this topic, in this video, I will especially teach you the parts of sentence. Okay, parts of sentence, how to arrange them. Okay. First of all, let me tell you that sentences are of four types. Sentences are of four types as per structure. As per their structure, the sentences are of four types. First one is simple sentence. Okay. Second is compound sentence. Students, third one is complex sentence. And last, the fourth one is mixed sentence. Okay, we have these four types of sentences: simple, compound, complex, and mixed. Today, we are especially going to deal with the structure of simple sentences. Okay, we are particularly going to deal with the structure of simple sentence. Okay, let us come to the first structure. That would be the easiest structure. Any sentence at least need a subject. Any sentence at least need a subject and a predicate. Okay. And for predicate, you guys must be knowing that predicate must contain a finite verb. Predicate must contain a finite verb. Without a finite verb, a predicate cannot be there. Okay, it means what conclusion we came to, that the smallest structure of sentence should at least contain a subject and a verb. Okay, so first structure number one will be subject and plus predicate. Okay. And in predicate, we must need a finite verb. Okay, in predicate, we must need a finite verb. Let us see the example. I study. Okay, I study. Birds fly. Okay. He swims. Okay. These all sentences are giving meaning and they had a complete meaning. Okay. I study, मैं पढ़ता हूँ. Birds fly, पक्षियाँ उड़ती हैं. He swims, वह तैरता है. ओके, वी कैन ऐड सम मोर इंफॉर्मेशन. फर्दर इंफॉर्मेशन हम इसमें ऐड कर सकते हैं, बट वी विल देन रिक्वायर सम मोर ग्रामेटिकल टर्म्स और सम मोर वर्ड्स. ओके, एंड देन द सेंटेंस ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर विल बी लॉन्ग. ओके, सो दिस इज द सिंपलेस्ट एंड स्मॉलेस्ट स्ट्रक्चर, दैट इज सब्जेक्ट प्लस प्रेडिकेट और सब्जेक्ट प्लस फाइनाइट वर्ब. ओके. Now students, The second structure will be subject. Second structure will be subject, and after subject it will be verb, okay, and then subject complement, okay, subject complement. Second structure will be subject plus verb plus subject complement, okay. For example, he is a doctor, okay. Ram is a naval officer, okay. He is a doctor, Ram is a naval officer. I am busy, okay. You are tired, she is hungry, like this. In this sentence we can notice, students, that he, Ram, I, these three are the subject. Is, am, these are the aux verb, okay. These are the aux verb which are acting as a main verb. But even after using these verbs, something remain incomplete, okay. इन शब्दों का, इन verbs का यूज करने के बाद भी, for your information let me tell that when only auxiliary verb are used in the sentence, they are considered to be working as a main verb, okay, and sentences are then understood to be indefinite one, okay. But still ये मेन वर्ब का काम कर रही है क्योंकि अकेले प्रयोग में लाया गया है, प्रेजेंट इंडेफिनिट के सारे सेंटेंस हैं, ठीक है। बट फिर भी आप देखिएगा कि वर्ब जो है वो इनकम्प्लीट है। सिर्फ यदि ही इज बोलकर छोड़ दिया जाए, ही इज ईटिंग यदि मेन वर्ब लाते हैं तो वो कंप्लीट सेंटेंस होगा। अंडरस्टैंड हियर, ही इज ईटिंग, यदि इसके बाद मैंने मेन वर्ब लगाया देन दिस सेंटेंस इज कंप्लीट। ही इज ईटिंग, ही प्लस वर्ब और ही प्लस प्रेडिकेट, फर्स्ट स्ट्रक्चर जो मैंने बताया था, ही प्लस प्रेडिकेट। बट यहां देखिए ही इज के बाद यदि इतने पार्ट्स को आप ढक लेंगे तो सेंटेंस इज कंप्लीट। एंड देन दिस ऑब्जेक्ट, ओके, ये जो ऑब्जेक्ट है ये सेंटेंस को कंप्लीट कर रहा है, इसलिए इसको कहते हैं सब्जेक्ट कॉम्प्लीमेंट, जो सब्जेक्ट की स्थिति को क्लियर करता है, सब्जेक्ट के बारे में क्लेरिफाई करता है, which gives information about the subject. So our second structure can be like this, okay. Second structure क्या होगा, subject plus verb, verb में हमारा auxiliary verb हो जाता है और subject complement में हम उसको लिख लेते हैं, okay. Subject plus verb plus subject complement, okay students. Now the fourth structure, I think we are discussing the third structure. Excuse me. Third structure क्या होगा, subject plus verb plus object. सिंपल सेंटेंस का जो थर्ड स्ट्रक्चर होता है, थर्ड टाइप ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर, हमें इस प्रकार का सेंटेंस मिलता है जिसमें एक सब्जेक्ट, एक वर्ब और एक ऑब्जेक्ट का यूज करते हैं, सच एज आई एम playing cricket, I am playing cricket, he made a mistake, okay. I am playing cricket, he made a mistake, okay guys. Teacher bought a car, okay. Teacher bought a car, okay. So here we can see I, he, teacher. These all are subject. Am playing major board. These are verb. And then cricket, mistake, a car. These are the object. Okay. These are the object which has some relation with the verb. Okay, or upon which the effect of the action of verb is made. Okay, so इस प्रकार का स्ट्रक्चर हमारा तीसरा स्ट्रक्चर है. सब्जेक्ट यूज कर सकते हैं, फिर वर्ब यूज कर सकते हैं, फिर ऑब्जेक्ट यूज कर सकते हैं. ओके, नाउ लेट अस डिस्कस द फोर्थ स्ट्रक्चर. और फोर्थ स्ट्रक्चर में we will simply increase one more part, that will be this object. Object are of two type, direct and indirect. This will become direct object and we will add one indirect object. Okay, indirect object. Okay, let me explain you with the help of examples. See these sentences, students. My father bought me a new dress. Okay. Objects are of two types. First of all, clear this point. Objects are of two types, direct and indirect. The non-living thing used at the place of object, noun, the non-living noun or pronoun used at the place of object are called direct object, and living beings, noun or pronoun used at the place of object are called indirect object. My father is a subject here, bought is verb here. Okay. Now we can see here, students, that me is also a object, and new dress is definitely a object. Okay, because we always say that the word which receives the action is called object. वाक्य का वह शब्द जिस पर क्रिया का प्रभाव होता है उसे हम ऑब्जेक्ट कहते हैं. ओके, सो फादर बॉट मी, मेरे लिए खरीदा. देयर इज सम रिलेशन विद द एक्शन. ओके, एंड ये लिविंग बीइंग है तो ये इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट हो गया हमारा, और ये नॉन लिविंग बीइंग है. मेरे लिए क्या खरीदा, ऑब्जेक्ट की एक और परिभाषा. देयर इज वन मोर अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट कि the thing that answers, the word which answers what when asked with the predicate or infinitive verb. infinitive verb से जब हम क्या का क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, my father bought me a new car, what did my father buy me, मेरे लिए मेरे पिता ने क्या खरीदा, तो क्या के जवाब में हमें क्या मिलेगा, न्यू ड्रेस. तो वैसे वर्ड को भी हम लोग ऑब्जेक्ट कहते हैं, समझाने के लिए आपको मैंने बताया. एंड दिस इज डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. ठीक है, यहाँ पे स्ट्रक्चर में यू विल मेक एन अमेंडमेंट. यहाँ पहले इनडायरेक्ट कीजिए एंड देन बाद में देयर विल बी डायरेक्ट. ओके, इस प्रकार के और भी सेंटेंस हो सकते हैं. रवि मेड अ काइट, रवि प्रेजेंटेड हिज ब्रदर अ काइट. ओके, रवि प्रेजेंटेड हिज ब्रदर अ काइट. ओके, teacher punished me for my mistake. Okay, teacher punished me with a stick. इस प्रकार के सेंटेंसेस जिसमें डबल ऑब्जेक्ट यूज हो रहे हैं, दे कैन बी द थिंग. ओके, सो आई होप यहां तक आपको ये सब कुछ क्लियर है. इट इज वेरी क्लियर टू यू गाइस. नेक्स्ट, फिफ्थ स्ट्रक्चर दैट आई विल डिस्कस विद यू गाइस ऑफ सिंपल सेंटेंसेस. ओके, will contain a subject, will contain a verb, will contain a object. Okay, will contain an object, and after that it will contain a preposition. Okay, and after that it will contain a prepositional objects. Okay, means fifth structure will be like this: subject plus verb plus object plus preposition plus prepositional object. Okay, for example, Mahesh borrowed ₹2,000 from his friend. Okay, Mahesh borrowed ₹2,000 from his friend. Okay, he sold his new car. He sold his new car to the landowner. Okay, in this sentence we can see that Mahesh is a subject, borrowed is a verb, ₹2,000 is object, from is preposition. Okay, and his friend is prepositional object. Okay, his friend is prepositional object. Why prepositional object? Because it is just after the preposition. Okay, it is just after the preposition, hence it is called as prepositional object. Object serves various of purpose. We will have an extra class for that, and I will tell you in detail. Okay, object may serve its purpose to verb, serve its purpose to adverb, to adjective. Okay, but here it is serving its purpose to preposition. That's why it has been called prepositional object. In next sentence also you understand, he is subject, sold is verb, his new car is object. Okay, and to is preposition, and the landowner is again prepositional object. Okay, so students, I hope you understood these 5 structures. First structure was subject plus predicate or subject plus verb simply. Second structure was subject plus verb plus object subject complement. Okay, and then third structure was subject plus verb plus object. Fourth structure was subject plus verb plus indirect object plus direct object. And the last structure that you can see on your screen, subject plus verb plus object plus preposition plus prepositional object. I hope you understood. These are the structures of simple sentences. Okay, now there are some more structures of compound sentences or mixed sentences, complex sentences, that we will discuss in our another video. Okay, till then, this is your complete information about structure of sentences, of simple sentences especially, that I have dealt with. Okay, now as per your home assignment, I will be giving some exercises in the prescription, and I would like you to do that. And if you have any problem, any question, you can comment into the comment section. Okay, again I'll tell you to increase my subscribers. Please like, share, subscribe my video. Thank you.